the wide receiver run in this class could start at 42 with the Jets. And then you look at the Cowboys at 44, the Falcons at 46, the Cardinals at 47, the Seahawks at 50. Like, all those teams could take a wide receiver. So 42, Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, big outside wide receiver. And then the most interesting one to me is 73 is a realistic range for Jalen Milroe, the quarterback from Alabama, where I don't know if he would have made it to 92. I think Milroe will be a third-round pick when all is said and done. I think everybody's aware, maybe even him included, that you need to sit for a year or more. But now you sit there and go, man, say, like, hypothetically, the Jets took Membu at 7 or Warren, and then at 42, they took one of the top defensive tackles. So now they feel better about their trenches and on both sides of the ball. And they're sitting there at 73, at 72, at 73, and they're like, okay, we like Jalen Milroe a lot. We want to stash him for a while. We could do this at 73 because we got 2 starters with our first 2 picks, where everybody was looking at those picks and going like, man, you got to get 2 starters, so you can't take that quarterback. Before they signed Fields, everybody's like, oh, man, maybe they could move up and get Dart. And it's like, you want to do that? And then your team's looking really incomplete. So I think it opens the door where there's a little bit of, you could solve multiple starting spots and still get a very raw developmental quarterback with that third-round pick. I think when you're picking at the back end of the third round in this draft, that would be really tough. I don't think it's as tough when you're picking at the top of the third round.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Milroe conversation is going to be an interesting one, and I think you'll hear his name thrown around more a little bit now, just because the style of offense the Jets are probably going to play this year. And it's like, is this a great way for him to kind of learn? Because he's a year away from being a year away, as you've been saying, where if you can be smart and strategic with your first 2 picks and get starters, which the Jets are going to need to do when you look at how free agency is shaking out so far. And again, we're recording this, Monday night. The Jets, have only, so we still need to sign a safety.
You need to sign a safety, and you need to draft one, because Tony Adams is a third safety in this league. But it's good to set some kind of baseline so you're not going out there with like, oh, God, who's our safeties? We don't know.
Jalen Mills is coming back, baby.
Yeah,
breaking down the defensive huddle.
Right. So, yeah, I think with Stevens, I mean, listen, I can't emphasize this enough. Average players in free agency get paid to be great players. Below average players get paid to be good players, or even average players. Like, Stevens last year was a below average player. He struggled at corner. The year before that, he was pretty solid. And when you're that age and you're big and fast and you have good